Hey gang, Scott Davenport here. This video is about Luminar 3 and Luminar Flex and getting your looks moved from Luminar 3 into Luminar Flex. Well, what is Luminar Flex? If you haven't heard, it is a plug-in version of Luminar that Skylum's put out recently. For those of us that have a workflow that is still centered around some other asset manager, maybe it's Lightroom, maybe it's Photoshop, maybe it's Apple Photos, but you still want to use Luminar's editing extensions, well then Luminar Flex is the product for you. And Skylum's done a good job of describing it, and I've got more details on my blog associated with this video, and I'll point to that in the show notes. And before I show you how to move your looks from Luminar 3 to Luminar Flex, I've gotten a couple of questions about Luminar Essentials, the ebook I just put out on Luminar, and does it apply to Luminar Flex? You know, what's the deal? Short version, yes, it does. More than half of the book is about editing with Luminar and Luminar Flex. The editing is exactly the same experience, same filters, same functions, same capabilities. And I am working on an update to the book to describe Luminar Flex a little bit more, running as a plugin. That'll be a free update if you already own the book, so don't worry about it. You're not going to be charged anything extra. You'll get the update for free. So now let's look at the looks in Luminar and how to get them into Luminar Flex. So here I am in Luminar 3, and in the looks area, I've got my user looks open. I've made a variety of looks over the course of time of using Luminar 3. But because Luminar 3 and Luminar Flex are separate applications, the looks don't automatically show up in Luminar Flex. They're 100% compatible, but you got to do a little tiny bit of work to move them over. I'll show you how it works. So first thing I will do in Luminar 3, I'll go up to File and say Show Luminar Looks folder. And there are all of my looks. They so happen to have the Flex icon because I installed Flex after installing Luminar 3, but whether it has the Flex icon or has the Luminar 3 icon, these are all the looks. They match all the names I have down here. And that's all I need to do from Luminar 3. I'm going to quit out of the application, and then I'm going to launch Luminar Flex as a standalone app. Now I've opened Luminar Flex, and I'm not going to open any images or anything like that. In fact, Skylum does not support Luminar Flex as a standalone application for photo editing, but we can launch it standalone purely so we can manage looks and workspaces. So what I'm about to show you works for looks and workspaces. You can do the same thing if you got custom workspaces. But now I want to find out, well, where is Luminar Flex keeping its looks? And I'll do the same thing. I'll say File, Show Luminar Looks folder. And there it is. It's empty. I haven't created any new looks in Flex. I haven't migrated any looks from Luminar 3. I just want to get a window open with the folder where Luminar Flex keeps looks. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to quit out of Luminar Flex. So now on my desktop, I have this top window. These are all the looks I have in Luminar 3. The bottom window, this is where Luminar Flex wants to store everything. So now I just need to select everything. Right click, I'll copy the items, come down to this window, and paste the items. Simple as that. And now when I fire up Luminar Flex from Lightroom, Photoshop, wherever, I'll see these looks there. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. So here I am in Lightroom, and I have this photo from Acadia National Park. I'm leading a workshop there in October of 2019. If you want to join me, that'd be awesome. And I've done my basic adjustments, just done a couple of things here just to get the raw file in order. And now I want to send this over to Luminar Flex. So I'll just do a right click, and I've got Edit In, and in my list of plugins, we have Luminar Flex. I get to choose the settings that I want for it, go ahead and hit Edit, and wait for Flex to load with this photo. We're in Luminar Flex. The layout is very, very similar to Luminar 3. Basically, it's the edit panel of Luminar 3, and that's it. They've incorporated a couple little things, like you have the information about the exposure here as well, but everything else is kind of the same. A new type of workspace for image aware, but importantly, what we're looking at is looks. And so if I open up the looks bar on the bottom, there are all of my looks that I migrated over, and I might choose something like crisp and clean, or maybe easy on the eyes. That one kind of looks a little bit nicer, a little bit more muted. And then I can go and do my normal things here, you know, toning back anything that I need to do. In this one, probably a little less clarity on that, and continue my editing session just like I wanted to. But my looks are now available in Flex, and so I can jumpstart my processing with the same looks that I'd created in Luminar 3. So that's it. That's moving your looks from Luminar 3 into Luminar Flex. The same thing works for workspaces. And again, if you are curious if my book Luminar Essentials covers Luminar Flex, it certainly does. All of the filters, layering, masking, all of the editing in Luminar Flex is the same as Luminar. And for those of you who already got the book, yeah, I'm working on an update. The update will be free and will explain in a little more detail the plugin workflow of Luminar Flex. So that will do it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. My name's Scott Davenport. Thanks for watching.